False evidence appearing real. Fear. This is the conclusion of our COVID Chronicles. Stay tuned to hear the rest of the story. Hey guys, this is Ebony with Eb Knows, and as of today, my husband and I are COVID free. It has been a long journey. It really has. It's been wild, but we made it through, and it started on September. Well, September what? 8th, 9th?
It was right around the 10th.
Yeah. Oh, I was a little bit off. And it's ended today. Today was the day that the physical therapist did his last trip. The oxygen people came. The tubing for the oxygen and the oxygen tanks are gone. We could take the signs off our door. We are COVID free. We are so happy. And you know, my heart goes out to the people that are still going through it, and to the people who lost loved ones, because this is serious. This pandemic is crazy. We planned, you know, a lot of people plan, but we planned our 2020 as everybody plans, oh, this is going to be our year. This is our year. And I remember in 2019, I told my husband, I said, something big is going to happen. Something, I don't know what it is though. You remember me telling you that?
Yeah, something big. Yeah.
Something big is going to happen. I don't know what it is, or something big. I did not intend it to be COVID or anything like it. It's not what I had in mind, but this is still our year. We're still here. We're still on the right side of the dirt. We're happy we're here. And I want my husband to tell you about something that he feared in the hospital. Well, let me tell you about what I feared. Every time I would get a call, because I would, like in previous videos, I told you that I would call the hospitals and check up on them. Every single time I would get a call from the hospital, my heart would stop a little bit, because I didn't know what they were calling to say. I didn't know if they were going to say, you know, oh, we're so sorry, or come up here or something like that. But I did tell the nurses, I didn't put this in another video, but I did tell them, I said, I can't handle that. I said, I know you have other people to take care of and things. I said, but I personally, I can't handle that. So I need you guys to do everything on your end. I'm going to do everything on my end. And our little prayer warriors are going to do everything on their end. I said, please don't let anything happen to my husband. Because something happens to my husband, it better happen to y'all too. I know I was wrong to say, but I did. I'm like, he going to need somebody to care for him in the afterlife. And I'm not having it. They're like, oh, yes, ma'am. I know that was awful to say. But I was like, no. That will not end well. If you tell me he's gone, by the time I get there, he better be back. And they were like, yes, ma'am. We're doing everything we can. And that's all I require, is that they pay attention and they take care of him. Like, you know, he wasn't home. Only time when he got home, we did home health care, which was great, because I could watch him like I wanted to. But while he was in there were a couple of times where I didn't think that I was like, he might not make it. Oh my God. And I would call him. I don't care if it was 4 or 5 in the morning. I'm calling and wake him up, like, wake up. And I was like, what in the world? He was trying to rest. I'm up here wake him up because I was scared and I was worrying, like most people would be. But Ray, if you could just tell us a little bit about what some of the times in the hospital where you were terrified.
Okay. Well, I guess the times that I guess what stick out the most is that you know, when I'm an active person, again, like I said, I drive a truck and I move furniture. So, you know, if anyone was ever moving any type of furniture, whether it's professionally or amateur, you know, it's not easy. So, you know, to be able one day to be able to move, you know, you're moving a dresser or everything else up you know, a flight of stairs. And then a couple of days later, you know, you can't walk 2 steps. You know, you can't go to the bathroom without assistance. You got to wait for somebody to, you know, get your shower ready. You can't put your shirt on. You can't put, you take for granted putting on socks. You know what I mean? You can't put your socks on. You know, and again, you know, you think about your family, You think about so many other things that again, as a as an adult, as a man, as a husband, as a father, when you're inside of when you're inside the hospital, all these things go through your mind and whatnot. um you don't know if the medicine they're giving you is helping you. A lot of times the doctors and everything, they're talking to you, but a lot of times, don't get me wrong, I mean, I guess scientifically and everything, they have a method to their madness, but a lot of times it just depends on how your body's reacting to COVID itself. Because I was reading today, um, one gentleman, he got COVID, and now he has to have a kidney transplant. I mean, he went through kidney failure. He never even had that. Before he had COVID, so it reacts to a lot of people different. Again, a couple times being in the hospital, not being able to breathe, feeling the way I felt. I mean, I never felt this is the most horrible I ever felt in my life, and I didn't think I was going to make it. In my mind, I'm preparing my own funeral or something like that. You know what I mean? And I'm feeling kind of depressed. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Being in the hospital is not a fun place to be at. You know, um, a lot of times you're in the COVID wing, so you're by yourself. And I'm a people person, and to be in town and to know that your family is across the way, nobody can come see you, even though sometimes you can talk to them. But the thing is, you're so tired that you can't talk to them. I mean, it's just a down point in your life. A couple times people coded out. You know what I mean? When they call like code blue or like the hospital and everything, and then they might open the door, somebody walking through, and then they roll in the body by the door. So you're sitting there like, man, what I mean? It's a good chance you might not make it and everything. You got all that fear and just in the back of your mind. And again, I had a support system. Like my wife said, she'll call me 4 o'clock in the morning. She'll call me, whenever and everything. You know what I mean? Just to and it wasn't a long call. She just called me, talked to me for a few seconds. I mean, I was going on my phone and everything where she was doing like a Zoom video or a duo, and she was taking pictures
Yep.
while I was asleep. And I was supposed to be talking to her, and now I remember, and then she's telling me like little stories and stuff like that, of like, yeah, this is what happened, and I'm like, y'all was talking to me. I don't even remember. That's how out of it I was. I don't remember
And
any of that stuff.
I
You
don't
know what I
even know.
mean?
I could have
And,
asked him and had him agree to some things,
and
but I'm not that type
seriously,
of person.
it could. I'm telling you, it was like that. But I thank God. I thank God. I mean that I made it out of it and everything.
Yeah.
But I could imagine, not having, not having a wife like mine. I can imagine, not having children, because my kids, they even sent me little letters and
Yeah.
everything. Little care package my wife would send me and everything. Um, Shoot, I couldn't even imagine. If you didn't have the insurance, not saying that they would turn you
Oh
away,
my
but I'm not.
gosh.
Look, I'm just gonna keep it in my mind. I'm always thinking that, look, people get treated different when you can afford certain services and when you can't afford certain services. Do I really think they treat you different? I hope that they don't. But when it comes to that, I'm a realist, and I've seen things and everything. So I just think that they would. I just think that if I didn't have the insurance that I had, would I have got treated a little different? Man,
We don't know because when
I
they
don't
reviewed
know.
the insurance, they started offering a whole lot of stuff. I'm like, wait a minute, we
Hey,
don't even need that. No, but one thing they did offer that I was like, no, it's the same. I'm not even going to attempt to say it's the same medication that the president is currently on. And they were like, well, it's a trial. And I'm like,
mm,
we don't do trials. I remember, well, I wasn't there, but the Tuskegee experiment, oh, no, 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 no.
mm,
We don't do trials. And there, but there's some people that it helped. I'm not going to say it didn't help them. There's some people that it might have helped, but we weren't going to be a guinea pig. Well, he wasn't going to be a guinea pig for
no,
that.
yeah.
And
And the thing is that I think that, again, when it comes to fear, again, we always talk about scripture and everything, that God doesn't give us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. And that's true and everything. And we quote those scriptures all the time. Until when you going through something like that. And it's become so real.
yeah,
A lot of times what you need that person. You need, that, like,
some
again,
encouragement.
you need that encouragement. You need that individual. Like, my wife was here for me, and she consistently encouraged me every single day to, baby, It's going to be okay.
Yeah.
We're going to make it through this. You know what I mean? She gave me words of affirmation. And, you know, man, I'll never forget that. And that's what helped me. And the biggest thing, again, though, she always say, like, look, and I seen her do it. You might be sick, but you don't have to walk around like you're sick.
I know that's right.
And I tell you what, I would wake up. No, man, I would wake up, and no matter how hard it was, I would wash up, you know, put my my shorts on, you know, put my shirt on, even though I still had my gown and all my IVs and my monitoring system or whatnot. I'll keep myself kept. Like at any time when they came in and they gave me the go ahead to go home, I was already ready.
He was already ready. He
Look,
had to get ready.
I had my book bag packed and I'd be sitting down in the chair. You know, I have my slides. So I'm telling you, when they come in there, they would come in there, and I was ready. So you couldn't tell me anything, you know what I mean?
And he would tell me, he's like, baby, I'm ready. Just in case they tell me I'm ready, you get ready. I'm like, I stay ready. Yeah. I'm ready, come get you. I get up and I get ready to go.
And I'm ready. And even though when they would come in and doctors would say, Mr. Gorum, you can't go home. And I would have sometimes like a little attitude and everything. And that right there would bring me down a little bit. When someone tells you that you can't go home. But again, you know, my wife would still talk to me, you know, give me words of affirmation like, baby, look, you need this. Look, you need to stay there. Mm-hmm. You need to get better. There's no point in you coming home and something happens to you and everything. And then you either got to go back or, you know, like she would tell me, my wife get to a point, you would die. If you come home right now, you'll die. So
he wasn't getting it. He wasn't getting it. I was like, baby, anything can happen. He was like, yeah, but okay, you can die.
Yeah, you can die. Yeah. So I said, you know what? So I didn't want to die. You know,
we're laughing now, but it wasn't funny.
I was laughing now and everything. Yeah. You know what I mean? So with that, so finally, you know, got to come home and everything. Even though I was with I was at the hospital home care, and they did a great job.
They really
did. Wait Med was, I gotta give it to them. I mean, they was on point. You know what I mean? They put a monitoring system in the house. Yep. They put an oxygen, one of these machines that pull oxygen out of the air. Yep. They had like portable oxygen. So pretty much, and they were prepared. They had the physical therapist. They had a nurse that came by every day to check my vitals. I had to check my vitals 2 times a day. They set up a computer. So they did so much and everything to make sure that my ordeal with COVID and everything, with the transition from the hospital to being home, was very smooth. Mm-hmm. And the physical therapy, because like I said, you think, let's say, you need a physical therapy because you sit around so much and you're not moving, and you could suffer from things like blood clots, ulcers, you know, just like I said, if you're active and you know your body just shuts down, you know what I mean? It's so much that can just happen and everything. But and the main thing is this right here: you got to make yourself work. Don't just sit there. Don't be a potato. But I'm telling you, force yourself to walk around, and you know, no matter how tired you are, force yourself to walk around the interior of your home.
Yeah.
You know, look, I'm telling you, something that's little as stand up, sit down. Stand up, sit down. I'm talking on the chair. I'm talking about just stand up, sit down, do it like 5 times. And it'll make you tired and everything. But what it is, you have to constantly work your lungs. Mm-hmm. It's the endurance level of your lungs, because you have to constantly build up that oxygen, because right now, I mean, your lungs are deflated.
Yeah. They're not where they should be.
Yeah, not where it should be. And you only use them 80%. Like maybe at the most. You use them like about, I don't know, like maybe 60%. When you come out of the hospital, you might be using about 60%. You know what I mean? But you have to use, I guess it's kind of like a little apparatus that they give you and everything that you have to pull air out of. And you're sitting there like, I mean, how hard could this be? Let me tell you something.
You're struggling.
I'm talking about struggle. You sitting there and pull it, and you're like, I'm telling you, know what I mean? You feel like a little baby. You know, it's like you're starting life over again.
Yeah, you were like, what is this little thing gonna do? Then you're like, oh my God.
I'm telling you, you coughing. Yep. I'm telling you, though, you feel like a smoker. You know what I
And you
mean?
need to get a I call it an oximeter, but it's an oximeter, measures your oxygen. This is all the things that we were doing, and
You know,
even when he was asleep, I was slipping on his finger to check it.
yeah,
Like, is the oxygen levels in there? Is he good? So I mean, it was just it's a lot. And well, our topic is fear, but we want to talk about this. This was this one of the scariest moments that we both had experienced it, because then we were both thinking, oh shoot, he's in the hospital. I have mild symptoms, but his weren't as bad at first. I can't go in the hospital because as women, it's like my house will fall apart. What about my kids? I mean, we already put plans in place, but I'm like 2020, this ain't it. This it is not. Look, and I told him, I said, you're not at death's door, you walking down the street, and we need to get off that street and come home, because it's like this not what we're doing. It was an experience that we don't want anybody to experience this, anyone. So it is important that you wear your mask. It is important that you wash your hands. It is important that I use sanitizer, and I stay away from people. I've always stayed away from certain people, but I try to stay back. It's like, no, and it's okay. Listen, it is your body. It is okay to tell somebody you're too close. Back up, or you back up. It don't sit about, I don't want to hurt their feelings. You don't want to end up in the hospital. He'll tell you, you got to keep yourself safe. I mean, we have reconstructed, that's not even a word. Anyway, we have reconstructed our lives, our careers, and how we do things, because this happened. And maybe this was an eye opener of how we do things. And then his story has helped so many people, because a lot of people were like, you always wear a mask, you always do this. And it was just one thing that he forgot to wipe down and sanitize that almost took him out. And
and,
I'm like, what?
and look, I say this right here is that, again, we was talking about fear. When you get home from the hospital, a lot of things go through your head, because again, you're still on hospital time. You know what I mean? You get up like every few hours. I'm not gonna lie,
Yes.
your sleep, what I mean, for a long time, when I got home, I was sleeping in my bed, I was there, but I wasn't there. What I mean, I'd wake up suddenly, I got to sit in the chair, I'd wake up, and I had to turn my oxygen up. What I mean, I gasped, was Lord for air, because from being in the hospital so long, hearing those beeps and stuff like that. What I mean, not knowing. What I mean, you constantly had a doctor whispering like, "Look, we're gonna do our best to keep you off the ventilators. We're gonna do this right here for you. We're gonna do this and everything. We don't want this to happen to you." What I mean, it's they tell you so much negative. What could, again, I know it's their job. They tell you,
Right.
they have to inform you of what could possibly happen.
Right.
And and my biggest thing, I guess, when I first got home, man, for a week or so, I'm talking about dreams. I'm talking about, like, I had dreams of my oxygen not working, and I couldn't breathe. A lot of different things and whatnot. So again, but and I would have like emotional breakdowns. But again, my wife was there and everything, because I felt that maybe I was being like a burden on my family and everything. You know what I mean? And it's hard. You know what I mean? Because I'm usually out working and doing this, but that's just how I felt and everything. I'm like, man, I mean, I'm just my family, they have to like drop everything to take care of me and whatnot, and again, like I said, I have like a little emotional breakdown and everything with my wife.
Okay.
Again, she would talk to me and everything, and give me assurances that, again, like, we're a team and we're
That's
working this
right.
thing
And
together.
sickness and health came
Yeah.
full throttle.
For real. But then, like I said, but I gotta just let everybody know, there's a brighter side. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? You'll get through that. I mean, the dreams will start to subside.
Right.
As long as you do what the doctors, physical therapists tell you what to do. Now you got
Mm-hmm.
to do that. Got
Put
to
the
do
work
the
in.
exercise. You got to put the work in. You know what I mean? And I'm not talking about, if they tell you to take 2 steps. Now look, take those 2 steps today. Take those 2 steps tomorrow. Take those 2 steps on the third day. But let me tell you something. If you can take a fourth step, take a fourth step. As you know what I mean? And sit down. Next time, take a fifth step. Continue, you know what I mean? Keep doing more and more and more. And then after a while, next thing you know, you'll be able to lower your oxygen from 5 to 2 to 1 to 0.5, maybe take it off and everything. And next thing you know, you'll be able to walk around the house with no oxygen and everything. Your body, you know what I mean, is getting back to normalcy. And again, you know what I mean, those fears that you had and everything, you know what I mean, again, they're going to subside and everything. You're going to start seeing, you know what I mean, the other side, of the mountain. You know what I
Yep.
mean? So that's pretty much everything I have to say on it. You know what I'm saying? It's just that again, just keep your faith in God and everything. Get a support system and whatnot.
Yep.
And let me tell you something. Thank your wife. Thank your wife, man. That's all I gotta
If you
say.
have a wife, or thank your team if you have a team. Yes, but he's very appreciative. He's appreciative anyway, but through this, he's like, baby, I love you. Thank you so much. I'm like, yeah, I told you. I meant my vows. Look, all the way till death do us part, although we ain't, I wasn't ready for him to go anytime soon, but I'm like, no, we for better, for worse, in sickness and in health. I was like, Lord, help me with this one. But he knew I was going to be here. You gotta have somebody that you trust. If it's not your spouse or significant other, somebody that you trust, that and keep a little kid around to get a prayer through. I'm serious about that thing. All right. Thank you so much for watching. We know it's a little long, but this was important because this is going on right now. Like and subscribe. Share. Please share with people, especially the family members and people that think this thing is a joke. Please share this with them and the other videos so they can at least watch it. Thanks again for watching. Talk to you later.